I would like to clarify, first of all, that my intervention will be focused on those points which are of big importance and relevance for financial services users, and it's not an exhaustive presentation. First of all, I will just give a very detailed information about European use. We are the European Federation of Financial Services Users. We represent over 4 million citizens through our 50 national member organizations, representing individual shareholders, retail investors, and other financial services users such as mortgage holders and credit card users. To start with, we must consider that besides financial stability, there are many other reasons why the single supervision and single resolution for banks is key for financial services users. First of all, we must realize that financial services users, and more concretely individual shareholders and retail investors, are paying twice for bank crisis, because they suffer losses on their personal wealth, and second, they pay as taxpayers. So therefore, it's extremely unfair. And sometimes not only shareholders or bondholders do pay, but also even depositors are required to participate, such as, for instance, in the famous Cyprus bail-in, or more concretely, what could have been. We deem any temptation of including insured depositors' involvement as completely unacceptable. You name it as you want, as pure bail-in or as a special tax on deposits, is not good for anybody. And we also have to take into account the huge social cost of banking resolutions, not only for the effects onto citizens, but also the legal costs. The best example is the current huge class actions that are going on in Spain right now, managed by European use members in the country, seeking redress for hundreds of thousands of damaged shareholders. So above all, it's necessary to avoid this from happening. And the second reason why this debate is to the importance of financial services users is because we need to avoid any kind of a discrimination of concrete groups of equity holders. The best example is the case where the sovereign bond holders in Greece, the citizens who had sovereign bonds from this country, have been required to participate in the PSI, that's to say, the debt the restructuration of the Greek sovereign debt, while the pension funds, for instance, have been exempted. That's why we need coherent, consistent, widely accepted and widely understood rules by all market participants. And we must remember that we don't have a EU-wide class action system yet, which would be another source of discrimination. We think that besides of a strong single resolution and single supervision in Europe, in the European Union or in the Eurozone, we need to reduce the over-reliance on intermediate finance of the European Union in order to decrease the pressure onto these newly created SSM and SRM, especially considering the upcoming stress tests that will be performed shortly by the EBA and the ECB. How can we reduce the over-reliance on intermediate financing? For instance, we must offer same pre-contractual information documents for retail investment products in order to encourage citizens to directly invest in companies and reducing the dependence of companies in bank finance. Second, also the debate on inducements under the MiFID. It's an important issue to be taken into account to consider which financial products will be acquired at retail level. Second, financial repression. This Cyprus bail-in case is just another example of the broad definition of financial repression. which are all the measures that erode households' financial wealth to the benefit of third parties, and not only the setting of artificially low interest rates that erode the real value of savings of citizens. And just to finish my intervention, I would like to make this reflection. The last 5 years of the European Commission and European Parliament's mandate have been focused on saving the big banks and focused on the financial stability. But no regulation or directives has been approved only exclusively aimed at retail investors or individual shareholders, except for this regulation for a key information document for retail investment products. So that's why we need to make sure that the next 5 years of the European Commission and the European Parliament are focused on the protection of retail investors and individual shareholders. Thank you very much.